When I first heard about Gundam Recon, I was very excited. It marked the return of Mr. Gundam himself, Yoshiyuki Tomino. Given his amazing talent and previous stellar work, the bar was set very high in what to expect from this show. So what is g-reco all about? Well, it's set in the Real Girl century, which is some long ass time after the end of the Universal century. You know, the Amro, Char Saga, Xeon Federation, all that stuff is ancient history now. In the Real Girl century, the main source of energy is something called photon batteries. These are produced in outer space, but distributed on Earth by the Capital Tower. These are protected by a group called the Capital Guard, which one of our main characters is part of, a young boy named Bellry Zenom. On a routine training mission, the Capital Guard are attacked by a Gundam, known as G-Self. This leads to Bellry meeting a girl known as Ada, and then to her surprise the G-Self responds to Bellry, who later becomes his pilot, and they begin a journey that will have revelations about photon batteries and their own past. That all sounds fine, but after a couple of episodes, you will suddenly find yourself lost in the plot. The storytelling is poor. You will watch an episode and feel like you missed one or something. I'm not asking for everything to be spoon-fed, but g-reco leaves too much guesswork for you to figure out. I felt like the character development was mostly poor too. For example, one of the main cast, Raraya, she could have been interesting, but they make her forget her memories, and not all there in the head either. She spends most of the series like a big baby that needs looking after, running around with her pet goldfish, Chumchui, Chupchui. She really loved that fish. By the time she regains her senses, I lost all interest in her. Bellry started off a happy cheerful guy and ended the show a happy cheerful guy. All that stuff that happened in between didn't seem to make a difference. Ada was fine. She seemed more focused on what she wanted to do, very determined to meet her goals, more so than Bellry anyway. Then we have Compa Rosita. You think this guy is pulling all the strings behind the scenes, but turns out he really just likes to watch. And what happens to him at the end just made me burst out laughing. Then we have the main villain of the show, if you want to call him that, because I'm not sure what to call him. Wearing the trademark child mask, we have Mask. Yep, that's his name, Mask. His whole reason for hating Bellry was just stupid to me. Now, understanding the real world, you do have ignorant people like that, but because of the other flaws this show has, it just made him come off that much worse. I could never actually get behind his character in any way. Near the end of the series, I think episode 19 or 20, it decides to throw a whole bunch of new characters at you, along with new factions and terms. Some of these new characters look cool and interesting, but why should I care about them? They just show up randomly with next to no backstory. Why should I care if they live or die? Now, this is a very light-hearted show, and has quite a few funny moments, not dark like Zeta Gundam or something like that. However, I felt like death in this show was just overall treated poorly. It was like when someone died, it was just a shrug of the shoulders, like, meh. In fact, there was only one death that I felt like had any real impact on the character. Now, my favourite two characters from the show aren't even from the main cast. Steer, who ships the Magafuna, which is the main mothership of the show, where the main cast interact with each other. She mostly just takes orders, but makes one hell of a helmswoman, getting them out of some tight situations. For some strange reason, they had her voice actress randomly speak out in English sometimes. It was so odd, and because she's shouting, it often led to funny random outbursts in English.
Oh my god!
That never gets old. My number one favourite character though was Mick Jack. Loved her design, loved the way she handled business. She plays back up to Klim, always covering his back. These two are like the Bonnie and Clyde of the show. Mick Jack isn't afraid to speak her mind, and tells it how it really is. She's a skilled mobile suit pilot, and can hold her own as well. She has a very cheeky but fun vibe to her, and when she wasn't around you felt it. I would definitely buy a Mick Jack spin-off manga. Now, say what you will about the storytelling, but my god, the art design in this show is amazing. It looks like a painting come to life. All art is subjective, so you might not like it, but I really think it's one of the best looking Gundam shows. The art and character designs are by Kenichi Yoshida. All I can say is well done. He has crafted a beautiful world for the characters to live in. This, along with the music by Yugo Kanno, just completely draws you in. What they managed to achieve on a TV budget is amazing. They even threw in some nods to UC fans with some old mobile suits. The mobile suits designs don't disappoint in this either. There are some really cool looking mobile suits that appear throughout this show, all striking, visually appealing poses. The battle scenes are very well animated too. In the end, this show is a classic case of great idea but poor execution. It is perhaps my own fault for hyping it up with the return of Tomino. Is g-reco an awful show? No, I couldn't say that. but it is a flawed show in my opinion. The way the last episode just wraps everything up in the last 5 minutes makes you ask what was the point of all that, especially in the case of Bellry. This is definitely a show that would benefit from having a few more episodes to flesh it out more. It's disappointing because this might be the last thing Tomino does in the world of Gundam, and I was hoping he would go out with a bang. I will say, like Turn A Gundam though, this show sticks out and feels different to by the numbers Gundam shows we usually get. That itself makes it a unique show. In the end, I think if you're a seasoned Gundam fan, then you should give the show a try. You might even enjoy it more than I did. The bar was set very high and it just didn't reach it, but get halfway. From presentation to ideas, they really had a good try. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll catch you later.